Words are very powerful. They can edify and build up a person. They can tear down a person. It partly depends who's giving the word, but words don't return void, the scripture says. And when you say something, whether it's good or bad, it is registered in God's sight, and you will be accountable. I want to read a few verses from Proverbs about the word. And I think we need to take them to heart. We need to meditate on them. We need to see if this is areas that we can develop and change, or we can just ignore them. I'm going to read a few verses. Proverbs 11:9 says, "With his mouth the hypocrite can ruin his neighbor, but by knowledge the righteous are delivered." Proverbs 15:4 says, "A soothing tongue is a tree of life, but when it twists things, it breaks the spirit." Proverbs 16:24 says, "Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healthy for the body." And Proverbs 25 says, verse is 11 through 13, "Like an apple of gold in settings of silver is a word appropriately spoken." 12 says, "Like a gold earring, like a fine gold necklace, is a wise reprover to a receptive ear." And verse 13 says, "Like the coolness of snow in the heat of the harvest is a faithful messenger to the one who sends him. He refreshes his master's spirit." Too often we throw words out randomly without thought. We don't care. We just throw them out. We don't, cast them to the wind, as some people would say. But the problem is those words can bring life and they can also bring death. And we need to be thinking the words that we say, the impact that they'll have on ourselves and on others. Someone who just throws out words randomly without giving any thought to it will eventually get to a place where nobody will listen to what that person says, because they know he's just making noise. He's just making noise. There's nothing real. There's nothing true. There's nothing deep about his words. I'd like to also encourage parents. Please be careful with the words you say to your children. Too many times people, out of anger, can say things. They don't really mean it, but if they say it enough times, somebody will believe it. That person that hears it will believe it, and it will shape and mold that person. It, in some ways, will bind that person, imprison that person. Is that what we want to do? Do we want to hurt people with our words? Do we want to bind them, enslave them, chain them up? Yeshua said he came to set the captives free, to loose the chains. We need to be like him. We need to see how we can say words of truth, not say words just to try to flatter people, not say words because that will buy us favor with the person. Our words should be honest, but they should be well thought out. Let's be careful that we use the word that comes out of our mouth, in the right way. And let's be led by the Spirit of God to speak in truth.